of thoughts. I don't know what's going on.
Alright.
Hello, I'm just happy to be here.
Yo, it's double two times. We on Blacshēp podcast. We somewhere in Lina Mcduffy crib
That's right.
in an undisclosed location. If you know, you know. Right? So who we got? We got who?
Lina Mcduffy, G.
Yes, my sis. She alright.
Gang
and all that. But what's good?
Nothing. Finally made it.
Yeah, whatnot.
I'm here, guys. Let's have fun.
Season 2, episode 2. They ain't even see episode 1 yet. Episode 1 I'm gonna drop tomorrow. So I'm just letting y'all know how quickly I'm working. We just ended season 1 last week, top of this week. We starting season 2 tomorrow. And Lina episode 2 on season 2.
Okay.
Yeah, where your fucking seasons at?
Me? Make sure y'all tune in to Blacshēp podcast. My season's coming. Our season's coming.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask because she the one that gave me some of the information.
I'm very much inspired today.
Yeah, we gonna
to see it all.
Yeah, shout out to Common Crazy. I'm gonna take this beanie off. It's getting hot. It's getting hot out here. You want headphones or you good?
I think I'm okay. I think I'm alright.
I think I'm good too. We got topics and stuff.
I'm real fidgety. I'm so fidgety right now.
You need to be cool.
It's
I don't like all that. That's why I can feel all that.
Because like you gotta get me.
And why
like,
when I called you out, you be lying?
I said, listen, this is a lot of cameras. You know, I am a big star. You know, so
we gonna see.
it's a really big deal. You know, me being
I guess you know what it is.
It's a big deal.
It is. It is a big deal to be featured on a podcast. It is a big deal. It is a big deal to talk and be on camera. You know, I'm just so fucking used to it. Ain't no big deal.
Yeah, I'm not used to it yet. I could talk all day, but like running live, like and just constantly recording is a lot for me. But
this shit,
you know,
we ain't live, but it's going up. This is how it is. Like it might as well be.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So look,
y'all forgive me for my sins before I say.
Listen. Let's the first topic is like co-parenting. Like I think it's one of your topics.
Mm-hmm.
What about it? Like would you know how I do my topics is we leave it, straight like that, co-parenting. And we go wherever the hell we want to go with it. You feel what I'm saying? So I'll leave it up to you to lead the discussion of co-parenting.
Well, co-parenting for me, I've been on like both sides of the fence. I've experienced, I guess what you can call bad co-parenting or not co-parenting at all. And then I also have my second child's father who is really good, but not co-parenting with me because we're together, but he co-parents with his other children's mother, and it's really a nice thing to see.
Yeah.
I guess it's like
does that change your style of co-parenting too? Seeing it done,
being
a part of that.
I think that I maybe allowed a little bit more, like was open to a little bit more because he probably went through certain stuff and I guess tried to tell me like, it's going to get better with time in a sense, but I don't really have time because I feel like I gave too much time at this point. So, yeah, I'm saying.
So even watching, your new relationship, how he co-parent, it still doesn't change the last situation, or how you.
It changed how I dealt with it, but it didn't change. It changed how I dealt with it as far as like I guess leaving the line of communication open, even though I wanted to close it a lot of times. It's more so like, dang, like how would you feel if my child's mother would have did that to me, even though I was messing up and all of that stuff and I didn't get it right the first time. So I do understand it from that standpoint, but at the same time it's like I guess how much is too much in a sense. But yeah, it's even been times that I didn't want to communicate and my second child's father offered to be the line of communication too. So that was kind of new for me too. I don't really see so many people doing stuff like that. But
that's mature.
Yeah. Me personally, I just feel how I feel and I'm kind of like done with it. So yeah, that's where I'm at now. I'm just done with that situation. You know, my son will get older, and I would never, bad talk his dad or anything like that.
But the window's still open for improvement.
Or
not me, not for you.
Yeah, not for me.
Yeah, but
for my child, always.
Right,
I don't care what we go through, and he'll tell you that too. Like, no matter what we go through, we could be arguing today, and if he say something, I'm always gonna do that because my son don't got nothing to do with that. But I will say I don't overextend myself, and me saying, "Oh, I'll meet you over here," or "I'll do this," I don't do that no more because it didn't work out. Every way that I tried to make things work didn't work out. So I basically just left it in his hands at this point. Whatever he chose to do, he's not blocked. He's not, we're not in another country. We're not in another state.
You're not going to go to court?
I went to court. He on child support since 2021.
So do you take that as a form of something? Like, is that a payment because they taxing his ass? Like, do you take that as something?
Well, unfortunately for me, my child's father doesn't work, so it's not a payment. It's not a payment for me. I'm not getting any money. It's just an order. They just recently kind of pushed the order in a sense, but we
might want to get up off him because it's getting a little hot on baby daddy number one.
I'm saying you asked the question, I answered it. It's nothing personal.
I'm not saying like you did something wrong. It's just it just ain't looking good. That's we only on question number 1. So respectfully, you feel what I'm saying? We can stay on co-parenting. I just want to get the heat off that subject and move more into, even my co-parenting situation. It's getting better. Like, you feel me?
So what do you feel like you did differently?
I had to weather the storm. I ain't do nothing different. I just had to prove myself.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I had to drag my nuts. I had to go through hell.
But what do you have to prove yourself for?
You know what I had to prove. I had to prove that I'm not one of them. I had to prove that I'm not weak. I had to prove that words ain't going to break me. Yes. I had to prove that I ain't going to kill nobody. I had to prove that I ain't going to put no hands on nobody.
But
I had to prove that I ain't going to go to jail. I had to prove that I'm going to be a man. I'm going to be a father. And no matter what these women do, no matter what these women say, no matter what their actions do, I can't do nothing but be solid, keep my head up, and be a good inspiration for my own self. Because if I let that behavior or their belittlement or anything get to me, then I become what they're doing. And I can't. So just imagine. You just heard what I said. Just imagine me doing that to one of my baby mothers.
That's what I'm saying. Now I will say, like, I've never, like, some people use their emotions and stuff to control the situation. I've never done that. No matter how I felt, genuinely, I could be crying. What do you mean by
use your emotions to control?
The way
Give
that
an example so people understand.
What I mean by that is the way I felt and the words that we exchanged and things that you said to me. Even though I know that you were, like, directing it towards me, I never allowed that to dictate how I let you parent when you decided that you wanted to. You feel me? And
that's a little different for me. Like, cause even like when my baby mother say certain things, I look at like, I'm your child's father, right? Yeah. So I'm starting to understand women are unstable creatures and their emotions get them to say things. But I'm also learning to hold on.
You better ask
Hold on. I'm also learning to understand is men with bitch ass emotions that do the same thing that women do. I wouldn't do that. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not sitting here and saying, yo, this girl pussy was wetter than yours.
But
I'm not ever going to say that. I'm not never going to say something. I'm not going to say.
I don't get into that.
You get what I'm saying?
Like, I don't get. Like, I don't
gotta belittle you. I don't gotta talk crazy to you, or I gotta talk down on you to make you feel low. To be honest, I know what it is. It's you really think highly of me, and you really know that I think highly of myself. So you want me to believe what you believe, but I don't live like you.
But they don't really feel like that either. They don't feel like that. They're just saying it to. No, I
think they do feel like that. When I say they do feel like that, they feel like that because they don't get that, so it is like that for them. That shit dead, baby. It's dead. Like I don't spin. I don't play. I'm gonna give you your respect when respect is due. If you don't give me respect, it just ain't gonna be nothing. If you give me respect, I'm gonna give you double the respect.
And I think I'm more so just like go with the flow.
Ain't no flow. Once you do some bullshit, because look, once you that door closed, you're not about to play with me like that. Because I really do. Like you gotta understand.
You allow what's I
really go back to jail, and that's fucked up. Why would you do that to me? Do I want to go back to jail? Am I doing anything to go back to jail? So why you want to send me? Cause you mad?
Yeah, we don't get into that. We don't. Like, we're in the same kind of maybe 3-4 towns over. We don't run into each other. We don't have issues with the girlfriends or anything like that. But we also don't talk. You get what I'm saying? Like,
that's how you do it.
Exactly. Like, you have to.
So that's what's the strain on co-parenting. So when me and my baby mother's good, we can communicate. And when we not good, it's not gonna be no communication, because the reason I don't let nobody disrespect me at all. Baby mothers, hold on. Baby mothers, friends, my daddy better come with respect, because I'm gonna come with respect. You feel what I'm saying?
But do you when you're in your
you can't, and as a man you can't tolerate disrespect. You can't let your kids see you get disrespected, because then they gonna start disrespecting.
I mean, women either.
I mean, this go for women,
everybody.
But the reason I'm saying man, because men move on respect. Women don't move on respect. Y'all don't move on respect. Respect is not on the top of y'all list, because the way y'all do each other is not respectful.
I feel like respect is on the top of my list.
I mean, it might be, because you got brothers, you got stuff like that, you got homeboys and stuff like that. So it might be, but I'm saying women as a whole. That's why this is how I like to say, because we're gonna move on. I like to say it's a man's world, right? Mm-hmm. But women run it, and the reason it ain't a woman's world, because women don't live on men principles and morals, which means you don't give a fuck if a bitch a snitch, a rapist, and all like certain things. Women as a whole ain't gonna do no back. I don't give a fuck if he's a snitch. He got money. Like a man, I don't want to hang around no snitch, because it's just not a good thing.
He's speaking for the masses,
generally speaking. Generally speaking, and I mean for women, like and you could speak too if you. But what I'm saying is, right, y'all don't hold that same moral. All right, men can't walk around talk about selling their dick like that.
You can, and you can sell it to me.
Like, yo, selling dick. Like, look, all right, look, bro. Like, I'm selling dick. I'm selling whatever the niggas do, right? If you selling dick or ass, there's no way you could go. Listen, there's no way you could do it like how women going around saying it. Respectfully.
I mean, it depends who's
buying. Because you're gonna call him a bitch ass nigga. You're gonna call him sassy. You're gonna call him all the names that make him equivalent to not being a man. So you're not a man.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
So
I'll just say you
know. So do you know?
But you can't sell no ass.
Do you know a man? Do you know a man walking around talking about how they sling dick, like how women selling it? I mean, selling dick like how women.
I actually.
Men, not just a man.
Oh no, I know a man. I know a man.
So pay attention to the question, so we can move on. Do you know men that walk around and talk about selling dick like women actively talk about?
They would keep it to themselves.
Why do you think that?
Cause it's just like a masculine thing. I feel like.
Well, what's masculine about? What is it? Like, what is it? It's like you want to say it, but you don't want to say it.
Nigga, you gay.
Nigga, what is gay? Prostitutes don't gotta be gay.
No, but I'm saying like.
So when you was on the right thing, don't deflect. You was on to his what's masculine about a man keeping that private? What's masculine? What
because you feel like it's going to take away from like.
It's called respect. Having respect for yourself. Even though you're a prostitute, I have so much respect for myself. I don't gotta fucking flaunt it and tell everybody. I don't have to disrespect myself by letting it be known, even though I'm already disrespecting myself. You get what I'm trying to say? You get what I'm trying to say?
That's
it's called. It's just like how you got hookers and you got escorts. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yep.
So I know a lot of hookers that be selling out they hookers, and then you got escorts that ain't going. Divulge that they sell ass.
They just go to dinners. And
so do you see it's a class and it's a respect that they carry themselves for, even if they doing something negative and dirty, they still got enough class and respect to not. So in Islam we call that, not like wearing your shit on your sleeve. Like we call that hiding your flaws. So that's why in Islam, like you supposed to hide your flaws. We don't want to see that shit. You feel what I'm saying? So that I'm glad that you said that, and I put some pressure on that. Because I wanted you to understand that's what it really is. Like that you said that masculine, that's respect. When you see a man and he got respect, that's masculine. Why does this man got respect? Sometimes he might be the biggest dealer. Sometimes he might be the biggest killer.
Or sometimes he just never let nobody play with him.
Sometimes he might be the nerd.
Yeah, he just never let nobody play with him.
Sometimes he just be a hood nigga and he just stand on his shit.
Yeah.
Like them niggas that'll just knock you out because you disrespectful.
Yes.
Go to work and everything.
Yes.
Hands like this big. Hard working hands. You play with him, he gonna knock you. He been waiting for somebody because he don't do that. Mm-hmm. He go to work. He take care of his kids. Yeah. He not tolerating no disrespect. That's like Mr. Evans off the Good Times and all that back then. Them old men used to be knocking niggas out, beating, because they dealing with the stress of the world. They don't want to have to deal with that, man. So let's get into family. What's up with like me and your family house?
Me and my family house.
How you feel about family? As a whole, like, is it the same? Like,
how I feel about family as a whole, and I would be completely honest.
You should be.
I feel like I'm creating my own family so that I can live the way that I want to live. Because I feel like the family that I was born into is not really how I want my family to be, I'll say. In the nicest way. We do family oriented stuff. We do stuff like that. But like what I really want for my kids and my children is like way different than what I was brought up like. So, yeah, I'm having kids. I'm not saying I'm just having kids. I'm looking forward to marriage. So you making
a family?
I'm making my family. I'm with my child's father. That's what I want to be with.
We gotta get to that. What about the family? Like, what about
my family? Is like. It's drama filled. Everybody know that. Not in the sense of like,
but that's everybody family.
Nah, like I got a nice little deep rooted background and stuff, and I still love my family and everything like that. But I can't forget.
So what in the family? What in the family like that? Is traumatizing like that? Because I probably went through the same thing. I got this like. Sometimes you don't know as you come up, it's traumatizing until you get to that age, and then you like, damn, you at that point, which I realized. So
something is like briefly, like my relationship with my father, wasn't really that good, and I feel like it kind of changed the way that I parent my children. Yeah, so I don't really have like
previously. So you having problems in the family as a whole, or just certain family members? You don't gotta get into like. I guess
you could say certain family members, but what I will say is like things are good, but like certain things that go on now in 2025, it definitely brings me back to like things that I went through while I was in 8th grade or I was in high school. Like a lot of that stuff is very much triggering. Yeah, so I wouldn't say as a whole, but like maybe like certain things that go on right now makes me think about things that went on before.
Yeah. So do you think you was traumatized?
Of course.
Do you think you healed from it, or are you
Absolutely
healing?
not. I'm trying to heal right now, hence why I'm doing what I'm doing, writing and all of that stuff, but I am not healed.
Do you think expressing yourself is healing?
I feel like,
or do you feel like expressing yourself is a step?
I feel like expressing myself is a step.
Okay.
And while I say that is because even after I wrote stuff, I do feel a little bit lighter, but it doesn't change like my interactions.
You gotta go to therapy.
I know. That's what I'm already in the process of doing. But yeah, it doesn't change my interactions. Like I could be writing and say, oh yeah, like, I'm writing this down.
I'm gonna keep it like, I do all that.
You write too?
Yeah, I write. I do music. I express myself freely. I speak. Yeah. That's why I got this podcast to speak freely. And this podcast is therapy for people. Like, you feel me? Yeah. That's why I really only invite people that I know up here. Like, you really got to get invited up here. Like, you can't just come up here. And some people, got juice to invite themselves. You know what I mean? So it ain't just that. Like, some people got juice enough to invite yourself, but you gotta have juice. You heard? Family for me is not the same. I grew up in the 90s, man. Like, that shit was the best. You feel me? Then you realize the hidden stuff.
Yes.
That went on in the 90s. That's why I was the best, because everybody hid and faked the funk. So, but it was still family. It was still things going on. But they fake and hid stuff, or they lied, and you would never find out. So, I've missed the memories. I wish they still get together. But I kind of understand why people don't get together. And is it family or black families, or is it society as a whole? And when society as a whole hit families and hit certain families different, or hit these families in this section different?
I personally think when I think like television has a big like, what can I say? Like,
reality TV.
Yeah, not even like reality TV. Like, just seeing like certain things on the TV and they're making it like okay to talk about and stuff like that. Like, maybe back then you wouldn't feel comfortable.
Yeah, I was.
You know what I'm saying?
See,
like,
me as a kid, I am same way I am now. I was straight up. I was raw. I was gangster. Now, and you ain't supposed to be like that. So that's probably through trauma. I learned to just look. Let's get straight to the. I can't beat around. I don't want to beat around the bush. I don't want to play with it. I want to get straight to the point. But for me, family was traumatizing to me too. You feel me? But not everybody. You feel me? And family don't necessarily got to be your blood. And that's what family ain't always my blood. Nice. And family, you know, I got a family that I'm building. You feel me? But that ain't a complete family, Selena.
Why not?
Because you still got they growing. They still got to learn. You still need.
I understand.
Hold on, before you cut me off. You still need important figures, important people in certain situations. Like you feel me, your brother just came home, you got your brother, that's an important figure in your family. That's not your immediate, well, it is your immediate family, but it's not the family that you built. That still is a factor in your family. You get what I'm trying to say?
What I'm saying is, this is my thing. Like I told you, as far as when I was talking about my child's father, what I go through, I do not make my children go through. How I feel about somebody, I do not instill that into my children.
It doesn't matter.
You're going to experience everybody for yourself.
Most of the time, your experience with that person is going to be the same experience with your child.
No,
right?
What I'm saying is like, my aunt did something to me, but I don't be like, oh, you did something to me, my kid can't come around you.
No, yes, I do. But you crazy for not doing that.
No, but like
you crazy for not doing that.
No,
yes, you crazy. I'm looking at you in your face and telling you crazy.
No, I don't feel like I'm crazy. I let my kids experience. If I got
a bad experience with people in my family,
I'm not talking about the people that beat me out my sleep. I'm not talking about that type of stuff. I'm talking about my aunt that pissed me off because she said something about me eating a cereal or something like that. I'm gonna allow my kids to experience everybody for themselves unless you did some stuff that you can't come back from. Like, I experienced people because I feel like I was a certain way, like I acted a certain way, but my kids, I feel like I'll just say it, fuck it. I feel like me and my dad had our issues, but I feel like he's kind of trying to correct the issues that we had through my children. Like, if that makes sense, like, okay, you wasn't there for certain stuff for me, or like we had a certain type of relationship, but I feel like you're being a better person, like you're trying to buy, you know, whatever school stuff for the kids, or you want to be there for their Father's Day thing, and like you want all the stuff that you didn't do for me.
If you rub me wrong, you rub my kids wrong.
Nah,
and I'm gonna keep it real. I might let them experience it, maybe, but most of the time that's what it is. The experience, they're gonna keep repeating itself. Like, and I don't play that flip floppy stuff. Like, oh, let me come get the kids. You ain't come get the kids in the last 2 years.
And that's what I just told you. I let people.
No.
Like, if you come and you tell me, yes, I'm gonna come get your son to go to Six Flags.
You can't even come tell me that. Be honest, I don't even play that family with kids shit. I don't even fuck. I don't give a fuck who you is.
But you make it seem like my long distance. I only have my siblings and my parents. That's it. There's no extra
listen, this go to my parents. My parents be having to show me something.
No, I don't have that. I
do too, because the reason I have that is because of the trauma. Not saying that they might have caused me trauma, but there's distance. I gotta see what's going on. Like, that's why I ain't tripped when my baby mothers did it to me. You feel me? You see how baby mothers be doing that? Oh, you gotta come to my house and all. I'm like, listen, I'm taking your ass to court. I ain't gotta do that. Look, it's steps. I understand the way you feel now that I'm a parent. I'm protected. Sometimes I might be too protective. You feel what I'm saying? But that's just what it is with me.
I don't feel that way.
That's just what it is with me.
He has a different outlook on stuff. I would love to be like, you know, fuck that, fuck you.
You know why?
You made me feel the type of way.
I don't like my daughter about to be a teen. I don't like her saying, oh, this person, what's up with this? They don't like me. No, they don't like themselves. Fuck them. You get what I'm saying?
But I think age may play a part in that too. I have toddlers.
Hold on. It's not the kid. It's the person. Fucking adult. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't feel like I've experienced that.
Why? You probably have. That's what I'm saying. I haven't experienced.
But the day that I do, trust me, it won't happen again.
So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do understand.
What I'm saying ain't for your experiences. Yes, what I'm saying apply to me, and that's how I'm rocking.
Yes, I understand.
When my daughter say that, and she say something like that, I'm like, fuck them. They're sick.
Yeah. I don't think.
You get what I'm saying? And I don't mean fuck them. And look at this. After I say that, I go back and say,
Not
look,
like that.
And look, I say, fuck them. They're sick, but they're family. And just because they're like that doesn't mean we gotta be like that. No. You just gotta know what to do with them. You don't let them do with you how they please to do with you.
I don't know.
You know how to deal with them. That's it. If they want to come around, they come around. Yeah, come around and pay like you weigh if that's what you want to do. If they want to come around and buy stuff, if you want to come around and love bomb, go ahead. But you ain't about to come around and disrespect. You ain't about to come around and ridicule. You ain't about to come around and rule.
No, see, that's what I'm saying.
Because to do those things, you got to be consistent. There's no come around and rule. You got to be consistent and rule.
See, but that's what I'm saying. It's the village.
That's why fuck the family. Because you family.
But that's what I'm saying.
I got a village, baby.
I'm saying
and my village might not even be blood.
I feel like what I experience is not being put onto my children. So I'm allowing my children to experience, like I said, my family members for themselves. Now, the day that they decide to do something that might have rubbed me wrong or whatever that my kids don't know about.
I love my family. It's few family members that rub me wrong. And my family good. I got a good big family. So it's few of my family members that rub me wrong.
I ain't gonna lie.
Just I don't do that. I don't do what y'all do. So I'm not gonna indulge in all that gossip. I'm not gonna indulge in the disrespecting elders in the family. I'm not going to indulge in none of that. Like, I'm just going to stay away. I love y'all.
A lot of my family, I don't like y'all. Y'all know I don't like y'all. And like I said, I'm building my own family.
So what you gonna do about it? You just gonna make a PSA and leave it at that?
They know I don't like them. That's why y'all not invited to my house. And that's fine.
So if they don't care,
they care.
Your house that lit?
Yeah.
But the point is, so the point I'm trying to make, is there a solution to that, or is
the solution is I have to heal myself before I can
even entertain
yes. What you get what I'm saying?
Let's clap it up for Lina.
Yeah, I have to heal myself first.
That's one of the realest shits that been spoken on Blacshēp podcast in season 2. I like that you say I gotta heal myself. Yes. I like that you talk about yourself. I like that you're not pointing the blame at somebody else. On Blacshēp podcast, we don't really talk about people. Like, you see how I stopped, you see how I'm saying family. We talk about ourselves on Blacshēp podcast because we want to encourage other people to talk about themselves, because people really talk about other people to avoid talking about themselves. Yes. If you ain't noticed that.
Yes, I have to heal myself. Everybody, work on yourself. It makes it way easier to interact with people, and once you heal yourself, no matter like what they say, like, you really won't be triggered by it anymore, but you'll be able to hold a conversation and kind of seek whatever healing it is that you're missing that you can't do on your own.
Since you healing yourself and all that, and you're not complete, because I like how you said that.
Yeah, I'm not complete at all.
Let's step into like mental health and like suicide, like mental health, suicide. That's like paired in together. You feel me? So I start this one up, right? So it's Men's Mental Health Month. You feel me? I'm not in therapy. I've been to therapy. I like therapy.
Why did you stop?
I don't really have time for it. The schedule I was going, I just started getting my life got too busy. So
did you incorporate something else in, even though you couldn't go to therapy?
I mean, I was probably in therapy. I speak freely. Like, I do this therapy. Like, you see how we speaking about family. I speak openly. Like, I'm blunt. Therapy is helping you through. I don't got no problems right now. So when I have problems, I might go back. You know what I'm saying? So a therapist is to help you guide yourself through your issues.
But wouldn't you keep, like, what? So you said you don't have any problems right now.
Yeah.
But wouldn't you like keep going and like keep work? I know you said you don't have time for it, but if you had time for it, would you keep going and just like?
And I don't got time for it. Like, I just don't have time at all. It just, I had time for the schedule that I was going. I'm good for right now.
You feel like you good right now?
For right now.
For right now.
And I mean for right now is just based on I face my demons. See, the thing is with therapy is facing your demons and making changes or adaptations.
Yeah.
If you don't make the changes or adaptations, you're gonna keep talking about making changes or adaptations. I feel like
some people. Well, I'll say me. I'm not gonna talk about other people. Like he said, we're gonna like focus on me. I feel like when I was doing therapy, that even though I was identifying, it took me a while to like really open up. Like, I would get on there and the lady would just do all the talking. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Why? Not really capping.
Why is that though? Get into why, like, so people can understand. For people that do that, it is
just, we don't want to tell white people our problems. That whole thing, I really genuinely felt like that. And when I went in there, She did all the talking at first. I was going through postpartum when I was in therapy, like really bad. Like I was suicidal. Like he just said, I was very suicidal. I wasn't really, I'll say, a good mother. I wasn't a good mother in my eyes compared to what I'm doing right now. I was not a good mother, you know, and shout out to my sister because my sister really helped me. My sister Ebony really helped me when I had my first son because everything that I went through, I was very like suicidal with postpartum. But like I was saying, when I actually got into therapy, you know, they always try to prescribe you medication and all of that stuff. I felt like, exactly. As soon as I got in, I got to talking. No, I don't. I would like to, and another counseling. I would like to do counseling. And I noticed that like I grieved a lot, because I lost a lot of people. And I realized that I will always stay like heavily medicated.
Meds should be your last resort.
Yes. Okay. So that's what I was about to say. When I went in
some situations, people need to be medicated, and I understand that.
No,
but
I don't feel like I needed
as
to be
far
medicated.
as they got natural stuff.
That was the first thing. As soon as I got in there and I got to talking, and she's like experienced. Because when I get into like really deep stuff, I get really emotional. Like you will be able to tell, like, oh nah, like she really like that's real. Like, but. Yeah, she would talk at first, and I would just like sit there and kind of listen. But when I would get off of the
what
therapy,
click that you had to like start being up front and up forth.
She didn't stop. Every time I would get on there, I would kind of like not talk, and she was still like, I don't know. It started to feel like, okay, maybe you really care, like, even though that's just your job, you get what I'm saying? But with me talking to me, kind of not saying nothing, or I say a little bit and she'll go into like deep, like try to heal me in a sense. Then I was just like, you know what? All right, let me start off with something small. Maybe I won't tell you something deep because I still felt like, even though you're bound by ethics,
do you think,
not to say nothing.
Do you think a lot of women, especially black ones, who have a problem with therapy?
Of course. But I'll tell you, if you go, you won't regret it.
Before we get to that part, don't just skip over and say of course, because we want to address those things, especially for black women.
Black women do have a problem with going to therapy. That's not a secret. Everybody knows that.
It is. It's not a secret. It's the problem is there's no accountability behind it. There's no secret what women do or what black women do at all.
They feel like they can heal themselves.
There's no secret what black women do. There's no secret what women do. There's no secret what black men do, what regular men do. There's no secret at all. The problem is there's no accountability.
I feel like they think that they can heal themselves. I felt like that for a long time. I felt like, I felt like I could heal myself until I realized that I couldn't because I started crashing.
Why, though? But why? Why do you think you can?
Because I never wanted. I feel like even to this day, I try not to cry in front of people because it makes me feel weak. I don't never want to look weak in front of anybody.
Is that something like with accountability and for like facing stuff and women don't want to look weak or women don't want to look like they don't know it or is that a woman? I'm trying to understand the woman because that's what we was talking about last month.
I really can't speak for everybody, but me, I feel like I trained myself not to feel like I need people to help me get through my problems.
Somebody posted on TikTok, accountability is the cousin of shame on my black woman post.
Accountability is the cousin
of shame.
Accountability
because you feel shamed or because you feel like weak or because it's like you don't even want to.
I wouldn't say ashamed though. Well, maybe
ashamed because why wouldn't you face it? Why wouldn't you be accountable? What's wrong with accountability?
It's nothing wrong with it. It's just like who wants to really hear you're wrong?
Black men hear we're wrong a whole fucking life.
I don't want to hear that shit.
So you don't want to get treated like a black man?
No, that's for the black men.
So you want to know something, baby? It's already here, and it's about to get worse.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But
we at that. Do you understand that in society? Do you understand we at that point in life?
I feel like everybody's equal right now. Everybody's equal right now.
That's what I mean. Women was never equal with men. So now if y'all equal with men, and I'm sitting right next to you, and I'm a black man, and you're a black woman, we're equal. That means we got the same consequences and repercussions. I mean, we have to deal with accountability. So. Equal is kind of scary for black women, right? That means you got to be equally accountable. You have to be equally.
But y'all still have things that y'all should be doing.
Absolutely.
Like even though we're equal, we would never really be equal.
Listen. This ain't a black woman bashing thing. This is a black woman speaking on the things that I'm bringing up to her attention and clarifying this shit. and moving forward. You giving me a better understanding from a black woman, and you my sister.
I think accountability.
And you not lying, and you not gonna cap. Even though you looking in this camera, and it's hard for you to say these things, and people and the clips, it's hard, but you have to say these things. You know why? Because this is the things that's driving men crazy. These are the things that fuck with men mental health when y'all don't be accountable and you keep blaming us. It's like, fuck it, I'ma just leave.
I think that
fuck it, I'ma just
if you go to therapy,
black men and women. This men's mental health month too, so we talking men too. We ain't just talking
if you go
to
therapy,
women.
first of all, therapy is good for everybody. Children, adults,
black, white,
whoever.
green.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Therapy is good for everybody. That's number one. Number two, I realized that when I started to address things that bothered me in like a therapy type of sense, that I was able to be a better person in my relationship.
I think you could be a better person, period, when you're able to look yourself in the mirror and not be shameful. I'm not ashamed of nothing. I can't be shamed, because everything that I ever would have been shamed about, I got called out, disrespected on, talked about on.
I would say,
and it mostly happened from a black woman.
I don't feel like I'm ashamed of anything. And I won't say that I regret anything.
Probably because of the trauma too. Like you said, I programmed myself to. That's basically what niggas do.
Yes.
Well, and look. So you get what I'm trying to say? So now, when women start getting hardened like niggas, right? And you have to deal with the consequences and repercussions like niggas. So when you want to go out and fuck like a nigga, or you want to go out and trap like a nigga, you go out and fuck like a nigga, niggas gonna call you a whore and be like, you a nigga, like you call niggas whores. When you go out and trap like a nigga, you're like, look at this fucking gangsta ass bitch, like the little hood bitch. When you go out and you do certain things, you have to deal with the consequences and repercussions. That's accountability. Accountability is not saying I'm sorry and doing it again and never changing. Accountability is dealing with the consequences and repercussions and adapting. So if you know you a hood ass bitch that's trapping, fuck it, I'm a hood ass bitch that's trapping, and they out there, and I'm not knocking you, because I was a hood nigga that was doing all these things, but now I'm accountable, and I don't want to be a hood nigga no more. I don't want to trap.
I don't want to be a hood bitch no more.
You feel what I'm saying? And that's being accountable. Now I don't want to do this. Now what do I have to do to not want to do this?
I told y'all that I don't want to do that no more.
So therapy was a step for me. When I go to therapy, I like going to people that don't have nothing to do with my life or my previous lifestyle. So I'm talking to the Spanish young dude about 20-something years old. He don't know nothing about none of this shit. I'm talking to him about. I was just about to say. So he's surprised. What you did? What?
Because some people, and they also So look, right? You know
but they're very critical. Some people can't handle that. I can handle criticism. So I can handle criticism of, you was a Crip? What the hell were you doing being a Crip? Well, I was a Crip because I really ain't have that many family members that growing up close to me that my age. I liked the thrill. Of course it made everything make sense, because they're giving me real blunt how I am. Yes. They're giving it to me how I am.
Okay, so remember you asked me what, like,
she was blunt.
She was blunt.
She was real honest.
And she kept saying,
it probably irked you at first.
Yes.
And then you loved it.
I loved it after a while.
Because she was just real as you.
And she kept, like, even though I was like, you know what?
Mad.
I'm like, I ain't doing this, whatever. I hang up. She call back, hey, we on for 11?
Look,
like,
she'll do what I'm doing.
Yeah,
on my podcast.
Yeah, she was real big on, like, and that's why at the end I was like, okay.
She earned your respect?
Yes.
And that's cool.
And I felt safe after a while.
Yeah, and that's cool. For some therapists had to earn respect, and some therapists put in that work. And just like I said, I had to earn my baby mother's respect, right? I know they put me through the ringer. Like, they was doing shit like, you ain't supposed to do the double. Like, like, yo, I call my sisters. I got 100 homegirls. You will never go clubbing ever again. Like, you pop out to a club, a bottle will just go over your head. You don't even know what it's from. But everybody know I don't do that. Everybody see what I'm going through. Yo, what you want me to do, double? And I heard it. No, don't do that all the time, right?
Yes.
And the reason I do that, because I know this shit gonna turn around. I know I'm a real nigga, and it go from hatred to praises. It go from fuck that nigga to, yo, that's a real nigga, man. He weathered the storm, and that's what I did my whole life. That's how I got through everything. Weathering the storm.
I feel like some people, like we was just talking about, I feel like just some people with the parents and stuff, like, they allow it don't be about the kids.
And do you think that's a mental health thing?
Yes, it is. You
need narcissism.
You need to work on yourself.
It's a lot of narcissism. It's a lot of people with personality disorders, like for real. It's a lot of personality disorders.
Well, that's what social media
social media creates personality disorders in people.
Social media allows for that. A lot of people they can get up there and they can pretend to be somebody else. That ain't who you really is. You really soft.
What was prevention? That's your topic? Prevention?
Suicide prevention, maybe?
Oh, suicide. It was suicide prevention. Yeah, so let's leave it as prevention for mental health. How can we prevent from having
breakdowns?
Mental breakdowns. I wasn't trying to say breakdowns, but to be honest, that's what it really is. How do we prevent these mental breakdowns? How do we prevent people losing it? How do we prevent suicide?
Okay, number one, I really want to say, like, use me as an example. I'm very, very vibrant. I'm very, like, talkative. I'll laugh all day with you and everything.
Yeah,
but
you ain't never talked that suicide to me. You know I don't play that shit.
I don't talk.
I would have went crazy on your ass. You would have talked to me. Like, I'm like, oh my God, peace be Allah. I'm gonna kill you.
No, but look, I'm gonna kill you, girl. What you talking about? I never came out of my mouth and told anybody, if I can remember correctly, hey, I want to kill myself. Hey, I want to die. I've always kept that type of thing to myself. But I have felt those feelings before.
And was it like, and not just I want to die, is it, I can't take it no more? Is it unbearable? It's more so like, or I want it to end?
I don't know. Not even, I wasn't in pain. I didn't feel like, not pain like physically, but I wasn't in pain mentally or anything like that. I just felt like I wasn't the best version of myself for my child. But
how did it, just for the child part, you gave yourself death as the penalty because you felt it was that bad.
When I was ready to do what I was gonna do, I was taking my kid with me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I was taking my kid with me. I was never leaving him here with anybody. And I'm talking about Saya. Everybody know that story. You get what I'm saying? Like, I disappeared for maybe, I'm about to cry. I disappeared like maybe in the beginning of having Saya. I disappeared. I was in New York doing whatever the fuck I was doing. And it took for the nigga that I was disappeared with to say, yo, what is you doing? Like, for a while, it was like, okay, you need to get away. You going through postpartum. You could come up here. But after like the 4th day, that motherfucker was like, hey, bitch, like, what's up? Like, you know, you just had your kid. I know ain't nobody taking care of your kid this long, and he made me go home. And I swear to God, from there,
shout out to him for being a stand-up, commendable man.
I know you're gonna see this because you were from around. Like, so
shout out to him for doing that. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to you. Shout out to you for being able to share that, keeping your composure. You know what I'm saying? I made a joke about it a little previously. This is my sister here, so I could be a little blunt with her, but it takes a lot to be able to share something like that. It takes a lot to be honest like that. It takes a lot to get over something like that and move forward. You feel me? So we're gonna talk prevention. How do you prevent that?
Okay, so with my second child, I did not get to experience.
Hold on, before you get to the second child, how did you get up out of that space?
So
keep it on that first child. We don't get before you say keep it on.
I get up out that space?
How you get out that space where you was at? Because there's people that's there and you sharing to somebody might see this.
I really like it was really him because he was just on some junk.
So he snapped you and was he consistently with you checking in after?
Exactly. Yeah.
So this. But
we were still cool. You get what I'm saying?
So this nigga basically said, yo, snapped you back into reality and
what are you doing?
And check to make sure that you kept doing your thing.
What are you doing?
And
go home.
And from there, you stayed on that path.
I stayed on that path.
And then,
I still, mentally was going, but it would be like,
So I got to understand what got you back right after that.
It was just him saying go home, whatever. I still felt what I felt, but
I knew
end up
going to therapy after that?
I didn't go to therapy till probably like
that's when you say your second child?
Nah, I went with Saya. Maybe like Saya was maybe like 6 months, and an incident happened with my child's father that made me go to therapy.
That just snapped you.
That snapped me.
And I was like, with your child though.
Nah,
just you and him personally.
That was more so like I told you. Yeah. I felt like, oh yeah, I want to go. I'm taking them with me.
So therapy is basically therapy is prevention from mental breakdowns, and therapy is probably solutions after mental breakdowns.
Yes, and I think if you go right when you don't feel
you want to know something I would think was one of the biggest things? Love.
What about it?
I think love is a good solution to when you're going through those type of things. I don't feel like that. I think it is.
I say I don't feel like that.
The reason why I say it is because love and genuineness and caring and love. That's what love is. All those type of things.
But then you had me that was not able. Yeah, I wasn't willing to accept that.
That's you. But listen, that nigga, that's love. That's love. That nigga, and not saying that I'm deeply in love with you. The love, the respect.
Yeah, we had like a genuine friendship. And he was like, "Yo, like, what's up with you? Like,
he ain't leave. Just like you said, I ain't gonna leave my son. Whatever. I ain't gonna leave her hanging out here. Like I can't leave out here like this.
He was like,
so that's the
like,
type of love. Like that's love and respect.
I guess.
You know what I'm saying? That's because if a nigga don't care, a nigga just sent you on your way with a wet ass,
or let you stay. And not even keep you. Know what I'm saying?
Like, keep you with a wet ass and not give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Respectfully. So shout out to you for sharing.
Shout out to you. Again.
And it's a lot of women out there that go through that, and I know women that be in situations like that, and I tell them the same motherfucking thing because I don't play that. I got 3 girls.
I'm so sad.
Don't be sad. We gonna move on because we gonna talk fast money like in nightlife, like you feel me? Because that contribute. I feel like a lot of people that's in the nightlife have mental health issues. That's why they choose the nightlife to make money because they sometimes they can't really make the money in the corporate world or a professional setting. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of people in the nightlife have mental health issues, or not all of them, but I feel like some and a lot. You know what I mean? And before you go, I feel like it's okay. It's accepted because it's like an underground type of thing. Like it's a family kind of like thing. I don't really like the nightlife. You know what I'm saying? I was part of it too. The dealers be part of the night. I don't date women. You ain't never seen me really date women in the nightlife. I don't fuck.
Where's the nightlife?
Strippers.
I'm about to say, cause you just
bartenders,
like
prostitutes, drug dealers, killers. Like the freaks come out.
Shout out to y'all.
The candy man. All them type people. Shout out to them too. And listen,
shout out to y'all.
I'm not judging. I don't judge. We both was part of the nightlife. I ain't judging. Yes. What I'm saying is I ain't fucking with it. And even when I was in it, I didn't really fuck with people that was in it like that. To be honest, I like my friends and people squared up.
I didn't want to be friends with people that I met when I was doing that. I didn't really find myself trying to be. Yeah, like I didn't really try to be friends. I mean, like I might have had a couple bitches' number in the sense of okay, like we might be going to make some money together or something like that. But I don't feel like there's any genuine friends.
But why be in the nightlife? What is the reason? Fast money.
Fast money, of course. No other reason other than that. That was the
for you.
And I would say fast money, and it was a rush.
A thrill.
And
look, I'm glad you said that because that's kind of like why I was gang banging. Why I was I like the thrill. I like the fast money. I wanted to be a gangster. That's all I wanted to be when I grew. I ain't never. And I'm smart. So I imagine being decent in school. Imagine I'm in college prep courses in class. Imagine all this, and you just want to be a gangster because
and I just wanted to be a stripper. I wanted to be a stripper for a long time. I wanted to be a teacher, but I always wanted to be a stripper.
With you, yo? You got you pretty educated on the low. People don't know. Like I know. You feel me? Like some people know, some people don't. You feel me? And that's because maybe about the things that you show off that you don't show. Like just because maybe you showed off dancing, but you didn't show off your education. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm showing my education off now.
Absolutely, with these books and stuff that you got.
Yes, but I'm in school for paralegal studies, and I'm going to be a lawyer.
But why? So, like you said, it was you just wanted to shake some ass, huh?
I am.
Continue. I got
what you call attention whore. Yeah. So I never really did any of that stuff for anybody other than myself. Like when I got up there and I danced, it was for me. I mean, I know I was entertaining people at the time, but it was more so like, oh, I got a nice body, I want to show it off. You get what I'm saying? I never was like oh yeah, we're gonna go to the club and I'm just gonna sit and we're gonna like. You're going to be all in my face. No, I'm here to get my money and I'm out. Really? But it was fun for me. It was fun and it was like an escape. It was a getaway. It was my own money. Then when I went to school and I had to basically kind of like take care of myself, my mom helped me. The boy I was dealing with was helping me a little bit. But I was kind of like taking care of myself. So, yeah, fast money as well as knowing that it's right there when I need to go get it.
That's what happened, man. When you fucking fully produce your own shit, nigga.
What happened?
Little shit be dying and shit. Ain't about nothing.
So did they miss my? That was a good conversation for y'all.
They ain't miss it.
Yeah.
It's still recorded.
That was good.
Well, I do my phone.
It's probably in this damn couch. No. Shit. No, it ain't right here. You got it?
Yeah, I got it. All right. Fast money for me and the nightlife is just that's what it is. Like I don't really, like you said, I like to keep it separate. Like everything I do in the streets, I like to leave it in the streets. I ain't like to bring it home. I'm a good kid. Like you feel me? I got good manners and stuff like that. So I like to like leave it like that. I like to have a good clean image until it's otherwise. Like if you want to say, oh, you sold drugs, I'm like, I sold drugs, but I still was working when I was selling drugs.
I hid it for a while.
Yeah, see, I ain't never hide it, but I kept it separate. I live out here. I'll go sell drugs in Newark. I'll go gang. I ain't have to do that out here.
I hid it for a while, but I feel like I hid it because I was still living in my mother's house.
Yeah, you was running the streets like you ain't had no reason.
And I was
nice house.
Oh, I would.
You know how it go.
It can seem one way.
Oh yeah, of course. Everybody got their shit.
But you know what I'm saying. I hid it for a while, and then once I didn't hide it, it was just. All
so how you feel about trying to like go back into regular money?
I would never. I still have it to this day. I haven't had a job, a real job.
So what you gonna do? Cause it's real out here. You need a real job. You need a real business.
You see what I'm doing?
And what? You still dancing? You still shaking ass?
No. Good. I would never dance again.
Good.
I would say that.
Good.
That is something I just cannot do. After the second child, baby, you would not see me in nobody's club.
Yeah, I ain't hustling.
But you said, what am I going to do when I become a paralegal and I get my certificate and I keep going? Like, I could be a paralegal while I'm still trying to go into being a lawyer. So I'll be able to basically work for myself. I'll be able to get contracted with people.
Do you think you're going to become a lawyer?
My end goal is to be a lawyer.
How long? Lawyer go to school for a long time.
Like 8 more years. But
8 more years. So are you dedicated to doing it? Are you going to do it? Are you signed up for school? Are you enrolled?
Listen,
Is you on your plan?
I love what I'm doing so much. Yes, I'm about to start summer courses June 30th. I'm even willing to do summer courses to graduate early. I'm going to be in summer classes directly.
So you dedicated 8 years. It's going to happen. It's going.
Yeah,
it's going down.
Yeah. I'll graduate. I'll be a paralegal next year, May though. May 2026. I'll be a paralegal.
I know a lot of lawyers. I know some people, some law offices. So hopefully you can get a job doing that. You know what I mean? Doing some of that paralegal work.
Yes.
Or even just picking up and helping people with lawsuits.
That's what I wanted to do.
Just doing paperwork for money.
I really wanted to do that thing where you go to the jails and you help people pro bono too, like the people that can't afford.
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely should do charity. You got to get your name out there. Yes. That'll help your business guarantee. And I got some people for you could do that for. You know what I'm saying?
That's something I've been doing.
My man's a paralegal. He worked for a law firm. So I did his podcast a couple months ago. So we once you get your shit, you know, we put you through.
May 2026. Stay tuned, y'all. May 2026.
So me, it's hard for me getting a job. It's just hard.
Yeah, what has that been like? Even after cleaning your image up, how has it been?
Still
hard.
It's almost 10 years. So by next year, I get clearance. Like I got hired at like 5 jobs. I got hired at the airport, couldn't even start
because of the situation.
They gonna pay you $25.
So what was that feeling?
It hurt.
I mean, you've experienced it a lot of times, but
it
like
it hurt. No matter you could do. No matter who I know. Sometimes that record is gonna stop me. So it make me mad because I only got one felony and it's a federal record and I gotta get a presidential.
So
pardon.
What would you tell your younger self?
Don't go to jail. No gang banging. No selling drugs.
You just clear the whole thing.
Yeah, I'll clear it because I would have learned the same things. It just I learned the rough way. I learned the hard way.
But did you make it hard, or was that kind of
it hard?
You made it hard on yourself.
Yeah, I put myself through the most worst shit in the world, but I seen the other side of it. So now I don't gotta go do it again. Yeah. So I don't got that thrill no more. I did everything. Look, listen to me.
I got a good question for you.
Hold your question. Right. I don't got that thrill no more, right? So I got my rocks off. I did everything. We done went to the feds. We done went to the big house. We done had all the money. We had all the girls. We went to every club every day. So what
does that do for you? Like when
it gives me the best of both worlds.
No, what I'm saying is like when you're back in those in those type of predicaments. I know that you don't place yourself in that, but just say you're somewhere. Sometimes, you get what I'm saying? Like and you're in those type of predicaments. Sometimes what are you doing? Like are you advocating for everybody to go home. Like, what are you doing? Like now,
yeah, you'd be like, I've been doing this since I came home. You'd be like security,
de-escalating situations.
You'd be like your discernment, my discernment to the gods, because I took my shit all the way to the end of the road. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, all right, now. Oh, I know these niggas about to shoot because I've been to the end of the road. You feel what I'm saying? I've been in the fights where the shooting happened. I know the words that's gonna happen before niggas start shooting. I know the looks. I know when people start standing over in certain corners, it's about to get crazy. So yeah, I use my discernment to help people, to maybe, if I can,
save somebody.
My man Jug did a podcast, right? And he said, nigga, we gotta come outside. If the real men don't come outside, the suckers gonna take over. That means y'all gonna get raped, beat, and all that type of shit. Y'all don't even realize that men is really what save y'all. The real men. And it ain't that many of us. Real men. Y'all, you could just think, Lina.
It's not many of those.
It's not many of us, but what's stopping niggas from doing whatever they want? The niggas that don't tolerate that.
Females is not playing around with, like, now.
Yeah, it's females, but you can't physically stop a man from doing what he wants. Well, you could stop some men, probably. Yeah. But do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Women overall can't. Y'all don't. Do y'all realize that this is what I'm trying to tell my baby mothers, black. All that mouth y'all do is a defense mechanism, bro.
Really all y'all scared.
Do is all y'all.
You're really scared.
All y'all do, y'all scare niggas off. It's a defense mechanism. You use your mouth to y'all chase. So when y'all, so listen, when you listen to what you're saying. So a lot of the niggas ran away from y'all mouths, cause you're not even that y'all could physically do something to you. Y'all chase the nigga away with your mouth. So think about the things that you said to this man, or what you said out your mouth to make this man feel some type of way that he gotta run from a woman. And not just run from a woman because he's scared of you or he's scared of your words. He got to get the fuck away from you before he do something to you, because men don't even deal with each other like that. Have you ever heard a man disrespect me? Lina, what do you think I would do to a man disrespecting me?
You know, I don't know. But I try not to disrespect men. I don't really argue with men. I basically will tell you, like, I'd rather talk to a female.
Who's somebody you respect?
Somebody I respect.
Like, somebody you respect as a man.
My brother.
What would your brother do if somebody was to disrespect
my baby daddy
him?
too.
Actually, you ain't gotta put it on. I ain't gonna put it on a certain thing. So just think of those people and think, what would they do if they was disrespected?
They gonna retaliate.
Not necessarily retaliate. And I'm not trying to put them into something like that.
No, but I'm saying,
as
like,
a man, they not going for that.
Yeah,
right?
no, they're gonna speak up.
They're gonna defend themselves,
yes,
whether it be verbally or whatever. It could go,
and that's
right?
what I meant by
retaliate. So the point I'm trying to make, right, is if a man can't do that to him, why would women do that to a man? You know why? Because that's what women do to each other. Women are the most disgusting to each other than I ever seen. And when I'm seeing women, like them girls, you talking about you never. Lina, hold up. Before you cut me off, you know what, the way y'all talk online about each other, the way y'all talk in the group chats about each other, the way y'all sit in front of each other and talk about the friend that's right there, the way y'all do each other on, like, men would literally kill each other for what y'all do to each other on the regular. That's why when niggas beef, and you be like, yo, tell your man, look, when I go tell my man about his baby mother, now we ain't friends no more. See, when y'all don't, that's why y'all don't do it. Because y'all know the friendship going to be on the line. So I'm not going to tell my friend she's wrong, because my friendship is going to be on the line. So when y'all be like, tell your man he wrong, that's the same thing for us, but y'all force us to do it. Well, y'all can't even be accountable to it. It's so dangerous. Like, this is accountability. I don't want to keep focusing on it. I just want to say, because this is what is consequences and repercussions. That's accountability. You had to be accountable for what you say and do, because that's consequences and repercussions for what you say and do. So you got to be able to deal with it. I'm able to deal with all the consequences and repercussions of what I say and do. So if I say something on here that offends somebody, come holler at me. And I feel like you feel the same.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying? So I take you as an accountable person just by how you talking on this podcast. I take you as an accountable person just knowing you over the years on certain things, right? Maybe certain things that you have a problem with addressing or confronting, because you're not perfect. And you know, I'm not perfect either. It's probably something I just don't really know about. I'm really pretty open right now, but I appreciate you addressing that and talking about that, because that's real, and that's real that you could be honest, and that's real that you could defend yourself, like, but that's a little masculine. Like, how do you feel like that's a little masculine?
What?
That a woman defending herself, or you like gotta like go masculine? At a nigga, like going at nigga is masculine. Period.
Oh, I don't like. I'll say like it is masculine. And I really tried to avoid that. But if you feel like as a man you're gonna talk to me a certain Do
you feel you like, just in a couple years, like do you feel like just overall, what's your big like you feel like just your attitude or how or your
my anger and my quickness?
I don't think my anger changed.
No, it can still get like that for me. But I think I kind of like think recently, twice.
Have you got out of character recently?
What's recent?
I say like let's say a year or two.
Of course. Yeah. Of course I did. Oh. Hell yeah.
Multiple times?
I'm working on it.
I'm working on it. I'll probably say like in the last like a year or two, I say they got me like about two times.
Probably like twice.
I say like 2 times. That's pretty good, so that's not bad.
Yeah, twice. I had a physical altercation and I had just like a really.
You out here fighting in the last year?
I had a physical altercation.
I probably had a fight every year of my life since I was 5 up until the last like 3 years. And probably nobody ain't fight me because I was sick. And I probably would have did something. and you had look. That was your chance to fight me. I'm back now. I'm in the gym. I feel good. You had 3 years to get me. Y'all probably would have beat me in.
No.
Like,
I had a physical altercation, but I tried.
That's corny, Lina.
But I tried to avoid it.
I think you told me about this.
Yes, like I tried to avoid it.
And you said you was ashamed of yourself.
Yes, I was. And I still am to this day.
And now, how long ago was that? I was like, what?
Maybe like October.
Like 6 months ago, something like that. So 6, 7 months, 8 months ago.
Yeah,
I remember that.
I definitely don't want to revisit that part of life. And I had like a verbal altercation, but it was more so emotional situation. So it was like emotion powered in a sense. I didn't put my hands on anybody, but I got kind of out of character.
Let's talk starting up a new business from the ground up. What's up with that?
Just do it. That is the best advice I can give you. The best advice Double has given me on everything that remember you helped me start my shirts. You know what, y'all? Double,
I forgot.
I told Double, can you make my shirts? He said, no. I can show you how to make them. You can make them yourself. And from there, boom, you got me making
you started
shirts.
You owe me a couple dollars.
Goddamn
how much money you owe me? I forgot about that.
That was years ago.
Yeah,
that'll be a nice calculation.
Yeah, you made some money off that.
Yes. So what I will say is,
that was I remember because that was you were saying that when you stopped dancing, you needed to make some money.
Yes.
And he was like, make my shirt. I was like,
Double the reason I made clothes, y'all. And shout out to him for real.
I started about 10 businesses, y'all.
Yeah, like
shout 10 out people to businesses. I sent them everything they needed.
Yeah.
Sometimes I bought it for them. Sometimes I gave them money for it. Yeah. I don't be. I like to keep my blessings private. I forget some of the names. You know.
And even in the beginning when you started your baby goose, ooh, excuse me, that was disgusting. This real live, I guess. Excuse me, but another thing, like when you had started, I don't know if you already had the wavy goon stuff around there, but when you first started doing the clothes, I was wearing them too around that time. But I would say like with the clothes, just do it. The food, if you can't cook, stay the fuck out the kitchen. Yeah. So the food, the podcast, all of that stuff, I just say like find things that you're actually interested in. Like do not do things because you think it's cool, because you see other people doing it or anything like that. Find something that you're like genuinely interested in. And I feel like every time I did something that I was passionate about,
it's called your niche.
Yeah.
Right. Find your niche, right, and stick to it and be consistent. Right now, I'm on platforms. All my platforms damn near monetized, right? Mm-hmm. So to be monetized, you got to be consistent. You got to have something going on. So find your niche. So that means you might jump into different lanes, but once you find your lane and you see that it's got going on, be consistent. You feel what I'm saying? So
something you're passionate about, because that's where I made my most money. Things that I was passionate. I did other things because money was involved, but I made more money when I actually had fun going to work.
Shout out to all the black businesses, started and be professional. That's the most important part is professionalism. You know what I'm saying? And you'll go a long way. How much? What was the most money you had at once?
Most money I had?
Like your own. It could be with your people. Like say y'all had a pot, or you and your man had.
It was mine, and I probably had like 23 bands at one time.
That's decent. You blew that shit, didn't you?
I blew that shit.
What'd you buy?
I got a car.
It's not bad.
I like put shit all in my house. The other house I had put a bunch of shit in my house. I actually had the house.
All you got to show for it is the car.
And well,
what you got to show for 23 bands?
Not shit. If FanDuel, you owe me some motherfucking money. Fuck. That's where my money is at. Every time I touch some money,
I don't fuck with
I'm in the casino with it. Fuck.
Most money I have is like 125.
Was that a lawsuit?
Nah, hard earned.
Was that a lawsuit? That's not like a lawsuit. Like,
hard earned cash.
Oh really? That's how you say that much money. Oh my god, I got a gambling problem.
Keep trapping. When you trapping, like when you really trapping, or you really getting, even like when I was selling the clothes at Wavy Goons, I couldn't see the money because I just kept going. Yeah. And I work when I trap. Like when I was trapping, I always had a job. Like that's what somebody always told me. Always have a job because you're gonna get out the streets.
That's probably my problem.
At least get out the streets. No, the problem is you shouldn't trap at all. We're not encouraging people to trap.
No, you can trap anything. No, you can trap shirts. You can trap plates. You can trap anything.
That's business. That's just business. I just don't want to say trap like we encourage in illegal business. So basically, I was a businessman, period. I was a real good businessman. I was a real good trapper because I was real good to the people. I was real professional even when I was selling drugs. I've had plethora of drugs. Mm-hmm. All high-end drugs. I got this milligram, this colors, what you want. So I had to do that, and I just did that with shirts. So I just take that format as business is business. It's just trapping is a legal business. So I just wanted to start legal business. So I made even more. I had 100. Damn, I'm lying. I probably had like 200.
Really?
200.
Was the shit in the safe? Where was it at? In the bank?
Safe. Spread out. You gotta spread it out. You gotta spread it out.
Yeah.
So the 125, that's trap money. So that's straight out the trap. And maybe like some work checks. That's safe money. That's safe money. That's cut the mattress, so stitch the mattress up here, and you got to say put 25 here, 50 in the closet.
And mine was all on the card.
Keep 50 at your baby mama house. She don't even look. She don't even know. She don't even know.
I ain't touched that much money, y'all. It's coming soon. Like
I used to be keeping shit. I used to be keeping. Look, and then you gotta tell people they gotta think you broke.
Yes.
So you got 50. You got 50 in a house in the basement. In a lockbox inside of a bag is in the corner. Whole time.
I never experienced that.
Whole time they pitching you giving them $40-$50 and you feel what I'm saying?
I never experienced that. I hope that love finds me someday.
You can get the money,
love of money. Like it finds me.
I'm a hoard that shit. I'm gonna put that shit in the walls. I keep emergency funds, so I stash money and I stash.
So bad at that.
So I stash. You should have. So look, you should have 500. Like you should have $500 per kid emergency. Like $500 per kid, and I don't touch it. Unless my kid like going to the hospital. That's my $500 emergency fee. My kid, I'm gonna have to catch an emergency flight for my kid.
Listen, y'all, I'm broke. Don't get up. I'm not broke, but I'm broke.
It should be at least a $500 per member of your household emergency. That's light. That's light. And we gotta do life insurance and policies. We gonna talk later, but. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do life insurance policies and all that. So when I start business, I'm a business. I'm a brand.
This shit get
like my kids can get rich off me if I was to die. You know what I'm saying? Somebody to take me out. So you feel what I'm saying? That's the policies and that's the things you got to get into. That's the business. I'm the business. I'm the brand. So we had that's the much money. What's your dreams and aspirations?
My dreams and aspirations. My dream, big house, backyard. Married with a lot of kids, and when I say a lot, I mean 5, 6 children.
I want to either live out the country or in the country. So I'm leaving the U.S. So I'm going to the country. I want to have my own little. I want a ranch.
I'm cool with something like that
with a farm hand,
but I can't.
That's not me.
Be too far from civilization. What is it, civilization?
Yeah, I gotta be at least. I'll be an hour outside the city. I could be an hour to an hour and a half.
You drive
into the city.
Really?
Just because the city part, I don't give a fuck about being in the country. If I gotta take an hour driving to the city, I'm cool with that now.
Like I can take.
I got bad nerves. I don't even want my neighbors next to me.
Okay, I can do that. I want a house with a little bit of space in between and another house.
I have a rifle chest. Like yo, go get the gun. Get the gun, baby. Who at the door?
I'm not gonna say I need
if
to.
Somebody knocking on our door and we don't know who coming.
I feel like
a motherfucking problem.
I feel like in this moment of my life, I need to be around people. Like I'm still in that, like, you know, but I feel like when I get maybe like 10 years from now, when I'm older and I'm ready to just like,
I'm older. and I'm done.
You know, relax. I'm
done
young.
with people, man.
I'm young, y'all.
I'm done people pleasing, man.
I'm young and I'm thriving.
I'm kids pleasing. Long as my kids think I'm the GOAT, fuck everybody else.
I'm kid pleasing too.
I ain't gonna say fuck everybody else. Look, the babies and the elderly are sacred. Fuck everybody in between. Y'all niggas just like me. The elderlies are sacred and the babies are sacred. So respect the elders and respect the babies. The rest of y'all motherfuckers, get out my fucking way. Man.
That is a good way to live your life.
Absolutely.
My kids definitely come first, and I feel like, yeah, my dream is really just to do everything that I didn't get to do.
My dream is just to keep growing and get bigger. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like when these films drop, I'm gonna really be like a professional actor. Like I'm being this shit crazy. Like I'm being focused. Like this shit gonna be crazy.
And you know something, I love to see people that I like
and challenging myself.
Yeah,
I challenge myself real crazy. Even though Mars keep writing me like a gangster and shit.
What you want to do next?
I was gonna do a movie. I probably hold off on the movie.
Like your own?
Yeah, I was gonna do Blacshēp movie. I probably just hold off on it. Mars wanted me to do Wavy Goons movie. I ain't want to do it because like a lot of people ain't here. Niggas went to jail for damn near life. Shit, I'm damn near the only Wavy Goon left.
What about like a documentary type of thing?
I probably do something like that. My next thing is probably just writing and actually directing and being more behind the scenes. I'm doing like behind the scenes. Like I'm tired of being on camera. I'm on camera all the fucking time. Cameras following me.
I mean, I got a nice personality for the camera, but I don't really like to be in front of the camera.
Alright,
I'd rather be behind.
How you feel about like whole phases? Like you feel like it has to happen?
It's necessary. It's necessary to become the person that, I'm not saying go all out and wild out, but you definitely should do a couple things that you might wake up the next morning and be like, what the fuck? I'm not saying do nothing that will put you in no positions.
Challenge yourself.
You get what I'm saying? Yes. You know, date 5 people. Don't have sex with all 5 of them, but date them.
Don't catch an STD.
You get what I'm saying? Go to the bowling alley with this one, in the movie theater with that one. Do that.
If you're gonna be a hoe, be a good hoe, not a bad hoe.
Well, what is a good hoe?
A good hoe is an honest hoe.
Oh, this is what I'm doing?
The honest hoes, yeah. But the honest hoes always, honest hoes is, look, baby, I got about 3 of these jobs. Here go my test results and shit like that. Like, look, I ain't really trying to fuck with you like that. But we could kick it, we could go out, and we could do our thing. I've always
been that way.
Or look, some people like I got somebody, or I don't want nothing. Like I just want this to be what it is. I consider that, like just casually doing your thing. I don't do that no more. Like that shit is over.
I don't do that anymore. Shout out to my man. I love you.
Shout out to. You gotta have your whole phase.
Shout out to my man, I love you, but a whole phase is necessary. And the only reason a whole phase is necessary is because you don't want to get into a situation wishing that you did things when you're 50. You should have, but it's too late. You get what I'm saying?
Let's get into, you was drinking Remy. You still fuck with dark liquor?
I drink Remy. I don't drink none of that like shit.
This topic gonna be brief.
I
fuck with tequila, and I barely can do that now.
I can't drink no more.
I can't drink no more.
I don't drink no more.
Maybe I be getting too.
I don't really drink. I've been drinking recently, but that's because my best friend's birthday coming up. May she rest in peace. I just been drinking because of that. But as soon as that's kind of bad because I said that I was not going to address my emotions and stuff while being not sober. What is that called? Drunk, whatever. Yeah. I don't want to be intoxicated while addressing my emotions, but I found myself still doing that.
Okay, let's talk children. Children, period. Like, you got 2. You questioned your motherhood at one point because of your postpartum and what you was going through. I was on the other side of postpartum. It was bad.
But what did you do? Did you try to help with the situation, or you kind of just let?
I helped. I helped until I helped. I feel like I did an amazing job. I was sick. I'm saying, well, look, baby, you're gonna have to get a bigger help because now I'm trying to nurse myself back. I can't if I keep helping you. So that was a threat. Nigga, wipe me out.
But do you know that
you heard what I said?
Who wiped you out?
The person who had postpartum.
They wiped you out.
Got me out of there. Finished me.
Because you couldn't help enough?
Because I was going to ask them to get help. I told them to go to therapy.
Well.
And they said,
Some people can't identify that they're
fuck the
really
car. They said fuck the crib, fuck your kid,
but I'm saying,
fuck you.
Like some people can't identify that.
You heard what I said?
I understand what you're saying.
Don't skip over what I said.
I just told you.
So
I said fuck the kid, fuck the house, fuck everything. Yeah, I know exactly.
Did you ruin somebody else's life?
Possibly. In the course of that, I probably ruined a couple people's life. Shit. In the course of that, because people try to. They see you going through whatever you're going through, and they try to.
So you see why you ain't see why I ain't in a certain position. I was at Piscataway, big truck. I don't got none of that shit no more.
Hey, it could have been for the better.
I took a big loss. I risked it all.
Why would you say that?
I did. This is the truth. I risked it all putting myself in. I sacrificed myself.
You sacrificed yourself.
Yeah, say this risking it. I sacrificed myself purposely. But it hurt. I didn't know I didn't know what was gonna happen to me. It was gonna happen to me I thought the worst case go a little crazy, and I didn't think it was gonna be my demise. But I mean, it is what it is.
I would never want to hear nobody say that about me.
I mean, but it's probably what it was. If you taking yourself down, imagine the person who's trying to help you.
Was it really genuine if you feel like that?
What do you mean was genuine?
Was the help genuine if you feel like that?
Yeah, the help was genuine. The help was genuine. I'm not saying I take it back. I knew what I was doing. I just didn't know it was going to hurt me the way it did. I didn't know the things that I was going to lose. I didn't know that this person would do that to me. Mm-hmm. But I should have known if they do it to themselves.
Yeah.
You know, but the reason I is because of the kid.
A lot of people put up with
look, that shit hurt. Look, I put up for the kid. So just like women put up with a lot of shit for niggas for the kid. So I felt like a baby mama at that time.
Yeah.
I really was a baby mama. I physically took care of my kid every day. I was taking care of my kid. Like my baby mama ain't take care of my kid. And that was the problem. I'm like, yo, all right, it's been I know postpartum. It's about he about 3 now.
It don't work like that.
He 3.
It don't work like that.
And look. And now that's the pain I'm going through.
Yeah.
So and I ain't mean that. I kind of probably divulged a little bit of information, but at the end of the day, I ain't seen didn't see my son for like a year and a half. I'm just now getting back in his life. And guess what? I'm seeing what's went wrong when I'm gone. So basically that whole time I was gone, suffering. Things wasn't getting done proper.
Right. So you.
And there was nothing I could do but wait till you come.
I was just about to say, like,
there was nothing I could do. There's nothing I could do. All you could do is take them to court. All you could do is try to get therapy and wait till they come around. The only reason I'm in is because I had a little something to hold over the person's head. I got some information, hold it over their head, got in. Now everything decent. So I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. I'm just telling my truth, and I ain't gonna get into a lot of things. But I'm gonna just say is, that's okay now.
Yeah, neither here nor there.
What I went through, I don't wish that on nobody, and all men can't handle what I went through. Some men ain't gonna never come back from that.
And what I will
to be honest, I'm gonna come back. I'm letting ladies know what I went through as a man, as a father. Ain't no man walking back into the face of a woman that did that thing to him, because this woman gonna act like it never happened. Okay. And never talk about it ever again, right? And then look. Don't even hold herself accountable for the year and a half or what she going through or happened. You have to do all this because of what you did, or how you reacted, and what you said, and how. Don't feel like they got to deal with the consequences. So look, to come back and to sit in this person's face and they not acknowledge what they did, it almost make it feel not worth it, because they gonna act like it never happened.
Let me tell y'all something. If y'all going through motherfucking postpartum, I'm not gonna say fuck the other person, but go through your emotions, go through everything, whatever. Don't let nobody make you feel bad for what you're going through, because them motherfuckers will never go through it. They don't know what it feels like. And honestly, not to take away from what he's saying, but if you call yourself, being there for somebody while they're going through postpartum, like I said, I went through that shit. I guess you just gotta know when to like separate. Like, don't stay. And
you gotta know when to face your shit after the shit.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
it seems like I'm triggering you by mentioning my baby mama.
You are triggering me.
And I don't care, because look, this is what you gotta understand, right? you might have put somebody through that, and maybe this the first time. So if you did it, then if it don't apply,
didn't, but what
if
I'm
it don't
saying
apply,
is
let it fly.
I did let it fly.
And look,
but I'm still gonna talk about it from a different angle.
But you can't talk about my feelings towards it. Talk about your people.
What I'm saying is,
and you can't. Don't use my I'm not upset in that. Don't use my experience.
I'm not using your experience.
Let me. You did. You used what I was saying, and you kind of made a public service announcement.
Because it's like, damn, like
no, because look. I stand on what the fuck I'm saying. I did it. Look, I did it, and I would do it again. But I gotta say what I went through, how it hurt. It finished me. It finished me making those sacrifices. It finished me. And look, I'm trying to say some men might not come back. Though that mental health issue could put mental health issues on other people. I didn't get to see my son. I didn't get to help with my son. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on with my son. This person wasn't even taking care of my son. So you just took me away from me taking care of my son and leave with a person who I don't even know who with my son now. So you got to understand my perception, what I went through, and you got to be able to take that, and it's not your experiences, and you don't.
But that's why I just said from the other side of it.
You don't know the other side if you never experienced it.
What are you talking about?
You mean from your side?
From the postpartum side.
So speak from my side. Yeah, so my side.
I said from the other side.
No, it's not the other side. It's your side because you had the postpartum. So when I'm saying I'm the other side. You are the side.
No, you just said what you said, and I'm saying from the other side, meaning the postpartum person.
It shouldn't be fuck other people.
I didn't say fuck.
You said fuck everybody and what you put them through. That's why I interjected.
Not fuck everybody and what you put them through, but basically like go through your emotions. Don't let nobody make you feel.
The first thing you should say is go get help.
If you're not ready to get help, do you? That's what I'm going to say.
But do you know people killed their kids on postpartum? What you were saying ourselves.
But you have to. It takes for you to feel like, damn, I'm ready.
So how do you get to that point? Therapy, right? Or some people just snap in. Or you can fix yourself, like you said.
I don't feel like therapy.
It's not for everybody.
You only when you get to the therapy part, that's basically saying like, damn, I got a problem.
Bam.
Before that, there's none of that. You have the people that's around you that claim that they give a fuck and they care about what you got going on, but then they not saying that you feel like that, but then they'll say shit like that when it's time to rewind. I literally
you had to
but you triggered me because look, I just
I'm supposed to not tell my pain.
But listen,
because you was on that side.
Listen. I shouted my sister out. But then when we got into arguments,
she might feel like me.
Yeah. Don't do it if that's how you're going to feel.
You can't tell nobody what to do.
Don't do it. Don't help me. Don't help me.
No. Look.
Don't help me.
So now you got to accept this, right? She helped you. Listen, coming from my perspective, and I know who your sister is, and I know she love you, and I watched her help you, and I didn't know what you was going through. So look. You can't tell nobody what the fuck they got. Just like you went through, you could have caused her mental health issues. You can't tell her what not to say and what not to do. She could have. Let me finish my.
I didn't ask you to do anything.
Let me finish my point before you keep cutting me off, because you're not going to understand my point because you keep cutting me off to say your point. Let me finish my point, and after I finish my point, you say your point so I can understand you. Now, you can't tell nobody what to say or what to do and what they went through. By you telling that person to not speak on what they went through, that means they hold it. They might show the resentment towards you rather than just telling you. And by you understanding them like they understand you, it should be equal. Because it might be a little resentment. I might have had a little resentment, but I had to get over it. Like I'm sure your sister did. But if she threw it in your face, just like what she had to go through with you.
That's ass.
Let me finish my point. So everything she went through, what you was ass, and you. So she can't get the right to tell you how she feel with going through you. That's ass. When she did all that to go through with you, that you can't. So how is that ass?
It's ass because I didn't ask you to do anything.
No, you don't. It ain't about ass. So what about? So is it ass to not be able to accept what you gave out? Is that not ass?
What did I give out?
You gave out.
I went through all of my emotions by myself. You seen that? You claimed that you cared, and you came.
And she came
to quote unquote help.
She did. No, it doesn't matter. Did she help? Did she help you get through it?
Cool, but for you to bring it up later, cool.
Answer the question. You don't see how you dismissing her.
I'm not.
Now you about to trick it. You are. I'm saying, did she help you? You said, cool. Answer the question. Did she help you?
But later on, you talked about.
It doesn't matter about later on. Did she do the damn thing? If she talked about it, so what? She talked about
that. I don't agree.
So because hold on. So look. You don't have to agree. It's not about whether you agree with me. You could get your point. So what I'm trying to say, so be clear. You saying that because she brought it up, you saying fuck everything she did?
You brought it up in a malicious manner.
Answer the question, Selena.
I just answered it. You brought it up, and if you would have just said, "Hey,"
it doesn't matter. Selena, Answer yes or no.
I don't have no answer for that.
So you want to move on? You want to move on?
Yeah, let's move on.
Let's move on.
Like I said, because if you saying it in a malicious manner,
it doesn't.
Like no, if you just came and said, "Hey,
but you can't dictate how nobody do something." Just like I can't dictate what you say.
What are you talking about? If you did it, when you did it, it was supposed to be out the kindness of your heart. So if you come back and you never did that,
you never did that before.
I didn't say that I never did it, but it wasn't right.
So are you? I'm not saying it's right, Selena. I'm not saying it's right.
So what you mean?
So what I'm saying?
That's all I was saying. Don't do it for somebody.
But they did it. Having postpartum ain't right. But you did it.
You don't gotta deal with nobody's postpartum.
And you don't gotta deal with her saying what the fuck she gotta say. You understand?
You're right, and that's why I remove myself from people.
Okay, so look, I'm not arguing your point, and I'm not saying it's not. So look, you might think I'm trying to argue and say that it's right to do that. I'm not saying it's right to do that. Just like, but everybody got their right to do whatever they want. If that's what she want to do, that's what you want to do. So what I'm trying to say is, for you put you in a window, right? You also been in that position, right? And you also know who this person is. We're not talking about a stranger, right? So if this person threw that up, you got to be raw and be real, like how I'm talking to you right now, just how we talking. You got to also be able to take that too, because of course you didn't ask for it, but she loves you, and that's what they did. Just like this person ain't asked me for it. This person fought me for years, but I did it out of love. Remember when I said love? Remember when that dude told you take your ass home? And when your sister just got there? Remember when what I just did for you business-wise? That's love. So what I'm saying is love hurts. So sometimes you got to hear something from your loved ones, like your brother, like your sister. Love hurts. And I wasn't saying it's right, because sometimes it might not be right. What people feel ain't always right. But it doesn't mean you can't dictate whether they gonna do it or not.
It's my turn.
No, it's your turn. But my point is, you right about what you're saying. When I'm right about what I'm saying, you can't dictate. So that's all.
All I'm saying is this, right? We can move on after this.
I got what you're saying.
That's what.
I don't think you got what I was saying.
I did, but what I'm saying is,
you can't tell nobody what to do or not. You can't say don't do nothing.
No, but this is what I'm saying.
I get your point. It's not right what they do that.
When you did it, you made it seem like it was like, oh no, I gotta do this. This is my sister. I love her. I gotta do it. But then when we get, this is not a regular conversation, and you bringing up what happened or how it made you feel.
Felt some type
it's
of
me
way.
and you arguing, and now you in malicious.
Because you making me feel some type of way, and I know. Listen,
but I never brought. I always.
It ain't about you. It ain't about you. It about her. What about your feelings? So nobody else supposed to have feelings?
Only
you can have feelings.
No, you can have feelings. But what I'm saying is, don't do shit. All I'm saying is for everybody.
Tell nobody what not to do.
Don't do shit for me if you. I don't give a fuck. 2 years.
Make a public. Look,
yes, this is a public service fucking announcement.
For me. Say it's for me. Don't do shit for me and then throw it up in my face because I'm going to be hurt about it. Don't say it's for everybody. Because that's what you're saying.
I'm not going to be hurt about it. But don't do shit for me if you ain't being genuine. Okay. That's just it. If it ain't genuine, whether you
say it's for me though. That's how I personally feel, because that's how I handle mine.
Don't do shit for me if it ain't genuine. Don't do shit for me, Selena, if it ain't genuine, because everything
I want you to encourage everybody else that
everything I do for people is genuine. You ain't gonna hear me throw it up in your face or nothing like that. That's just how I am. That's how I'm cut. I don't do that type of shit.
Be like that.
I can't.
So do you understand my point?
And you also can get the fuck away from me.
No, but I get that. But do you understand the point I'm trying to make?
Yes.
So that's it. It ain't. I'm not arguing you. I'm just making a point on your point. Not no argument.
I'm triggered.
It ain't about being tricked, but do we have understanding on my side?
We have an understanding.
I understand.
But I feel like you was just speaking from like the other side. You tricking me.
I'm not speaking from the other side. I'm speaking real. You so raw. How you so raw, but you can't take it? You can dish it, but you can't take it.
I can take it, but it's like you not saying.
No, you can't take it.
Like,
you can't.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Selena, you just sat here on my podcast and multiple different views. You can't take it, and that's one thing that you can't take. That's a form of thing that you can't take. You can't take when somebody throws something in your face when you expecting them to be genuine. You just admitted it right here. Don't do it to me.
Why would you throw it in my face?
Because
it wasn't genuine.
It doesn't matter. Why? Well, you just can't take it. That's why you saying you making a PSA.
Whatever.
I can't take it. People throw stuff in my face.
It's not that I can't take it, motherfucker. I won't. Okay,
and that's fine.
I won't.
But the point I'm trying to make is
I understand. I understand your point too. That's the
point. You can feel like that and stand on that, but guess what? You also make people feel like that, and other people gonna stand the same point you make. So what makes you? Who are you to dictate what somebody can do or what not to do? Or don't you can say don't do it with me.
Y'all know exactly who the fuck I am.
All right, well,
the biggest.
Well, no, what I mean, but you can't dictate what people do with you, what you allow.
Exactly.
But you can't tell what nobody else to do.
Yes.
And that's all I was trying to make.
Yes.
You don't have to allow nothing, but you can't tell nobody what the fuck to do. That's all. That's the only thing I was trying to say.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? So let's close it out on podcasting, because now we podcast. People probably think we got me sweating and shit. People gonna be like, "Are they arguing? We gonna go viral for arguing with each other." But the whole time, it's really this is tough conversations, and that's why I invited her up here, because I already knew we was gonna be having tough conversations. I already knew we was gonna get through the conversation. I already knew it was gonna be respectful, and I already knew we would come to some form of solution and understanding, because I know this person. That's why I invited him up here. And it could be, let them know that's your feelings, because I don't feel like that. Y'all. Things get thrown in my face all day, every day, and I can't. Like it. And how do you think that black man feels?
I don't like it.
How do you think your baby father feels?
But you do that to people? You don't like it, right? But do you do that to people?
I don't think I do.
Exactly.
And if I gotta pull you up on a conversation like this, we probably won't be fucking around again, because most likely you're not going to change it. So if I gotta say it, that means it happened so many times and you're not going to change it.
But why? But
if I gotta, I really do it.
You know, I don't be reminded of things that they're doing, because they might think it's normal.
I don't say what I do for people. I'll remind them when they're asking for something. Like, if they not asking for nothing, I would never say nothing. But if you asking for something, it kind of throw it up, because like, yo, you know what I did, and do you see what you asking? But it's kind of like,
the difference is this, right? This is what I'm saying. I don't.
But out of an argument, I would never throw something I did.
That's what I just was saying.
If that's the case,
it's not genuine.
Yeah. It's not that it's not genuine. It's that they might just be. It could be not genuine.
Yeah.
I doubt that that's the thing. It could just be somebody holding some resentment. That's one. It could be somebody just low blowing you. It's a plethora of reasons. That's why I'm trying to give you different alternatives.
I feel like the way that it comes out and what conversation it comes out in is what like changes everything.
So, but you remember, you podcasting, you gotta be open to different perspectives, and you can't put your perspective onto people. You can't put your perspective onto me or the people that's watching, because that's your perspective. So remember what you say.
I'm not putting it on you, but I'm making it very clear.
You clarified. I made you. You're talking about you. I made you clarify.
I'm making it very clear that that's not something that I fuck with.
And be honest,
especially for it to come out as an argument.
And to be honest. I don't really fuck with that either.
Yeah,
so I'm not disapproving. I just wanted you to see the other side, that you can't dictate what nobody do. You can dictate what you do, which is removing yourself. If you want to fight somebody for it, if you want to do all that,
y'all just stay the fuck away from me with y'all fake shit.
Celine, I say the same thing, bro. Like, I tell people stay the fuck away from me. I don't hang with people. I don't see them. I don't talk to them. When they see me out, they try to shake. This will piss me off, right? Let's close it on this. Stop trying to shake my hand.
Stop trying to shake my hand. Stop trying to buy me shots.
Hold on. Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah, look. Yes. I don't rock with you, yo. I don't rock with you. I'm going to spin off. And look, don't think because you cool with somebody I'm cool with, we good. We ain't good, my nigga.
I don't give a fuck if I'm in your section, bitch.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck if I'm in your section, bitch.
If you in my shit, I'm gonna ask you to leave.
Exactly.
This go for all the snitches.
Exactly.
This go for all them bitch ass niggas.
Yes, sir.
This go for the suckers.
Yes,
this
sir.
This go for all y'all.
Yep.
Get the fuck away from me, because I'm gonna tell you to leave. I'm gonna tell you to get out my face, because I don't rock with your kind, and you in my section. Or like Selena say, I'm gonna remove myself. I'm gonna get gone. If you somewhere and I can't get you removed, I'm gonna remove myself, because we can't be in the same spot. I'm a real nigga. You can't be in the same spot as Double. You feel what I'm saying? You know who I'm talking to. It's a few of y'all, male and female. You can't sit with me respectfully. I don't want to drink with you. I don't want to kick it. Give me my chain back. You heard?
That's my bike pump.
But look, so look, right? We're gonna close this Blacshēp podcast. I'm gonna have Selena back. I'm gonna have Selena hosting, because she ain't all that good as I thought she was.
Oh, please.
I thought she was better than that.
I'm good.
You just want
to talk about emotional ass conversation shit.
I'm glad. Get me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you did good, man. Don't
I ain't cry or nothing. Like, shout out to me. Like,
don't let us get loud and let us get excited, or let us go back and forth, make y'all feel any type of way. This is Blacshēp podcast. We go anywhere, we discuss anything, and our gimmick and our motto, man, is having these uncomfortable conversations, man.
Uncomfortable for sure.
But
I'm comfortable now, because we got our point across. Yep, we got our point across.
And I'm not gonna make you look bad. I got a bunch of ladies. I bounce back and forth from male to female. So I did all males this month because it's mental health month, and I threw Selena in there, so she gonna come out next month. But I got all males this month. Last month I had the black female therapist all month. I don't know if you checked that podcast.
No, I got to. Everybody join me. Let's check it out.
Check it out. The black female therapist from last month, mental health awareness month. Now right? It's men's mental health awareness month. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Maybe we have you back on for female, if they do a female mental health awareness month, or for for female guests in the future, I have you. I might pair y'all up with Lina, man. Just don't be yelling at my guests and don't be telling them they can't. See, you can't be. You gonna be dictating the guests.
I'm not gonna be dictating.
You need some training. We gonna have you some training.
Look, but I need y'all like as strongly as I felt about. As strongly as I felt. That was real good.
And you're not gonna have these conversations with everybody. You only having these conversations with me because I put these on this list, and I don't even think that last one was on the list. I threw it in there, and that's just because I just want
strong. If y'all come up here and I'm up here, just strong opinions. Like, just go. Don't let me say nothing. Just strong opinions.
It's okay. Like, it's okay to have a back and forth respectfully. Ain't nobody disrespecting nobody because we shoot fades on Blacshēp podcast. Like, we'll turn the cameras off. Like, Threes is official up here. We go in backyards. Like, we don't glorify. Like, we turn the cameras off. We ain't posting nothing and all that. If you want to get right, we could do that. Like, so anybody, look, even if it's with me, if you want to come sit next to me and get right, we could do that too. Like, I'm with all that. We can get around it. I love
fight y'all.
I love that type of shit. Like, you feel me? Because let's get it over with, bro. Like, feel me? It's a lot of people I want to shoot the 3 with. I shoot the 3 with you and sit down and talk about it after. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's real genuine. Like you said, that's real love. Yeah. And that's what men do. You feel what I'm saying? That's not for a man and a woman. That's for men to men. You feel what I'm saying? I don't even like women fighting. Like, women, no more fighting. I wouldn't even let you fight if I was around. That shit crazy.
I do not. Y'all hear me right here. This podcast probably going to go viral. I don't want to fight. Don't try to fight me. I don't want to fight. I want to go to school and get my degree.
Yeah.
And for all the little girls out there,
you ain't got no. Fighting. You got a record?
Yes, I do.
Well, you could get it expunged. That's
probably not. But
yeah, no,
I don't think so. I don't know.
It's not violent.
It's not. I mean.
I need a copy of my car. Oh, I remember when you did that. Yeah, that shit still going?
No, I'm off the probation and stuff, but I didn't. You know, they did that little expungement thing, but I never went. So the next time they do that, I'm gonna try to.
No, you gotta wait till like 5 or 10 years after.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that you could get expunged.
That was 2020. I
got off of
not parole, probation. Like,
yeah,
2022,
you just do that process before when you come in paralegal because it's gonna show up. You can background checks don't just get to the expungement process. You're gonna get it out of there.
Yeah, I got like 2 more years probably.
So by the time you finish school, you get it started so you can get a job being a paralegal because it's gonna show up.
Woo, y'all! So glad I'm not crazy no more.
Yo, shout out to all the fellas out there, man. Get a job.
See y'all.